Hi everyone, we're happy today to welcome at the Horyou village Yann Borgstedt, who is a founder and president of the Womanity Foundation. Hi Yann, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing very well.
Great, it's great to have you here. Would you like to start by telling us a little bit about yourself, the Womanity Foundation, and how you discovered Horyou?
A lot of questions at the same time.
A lot of questions at once.
You're tricking my brain, you know, the long night in London yesterday.
Take your time.
No, but look, I'm an entrepreneur, so I kind of have two hats. I'm an entrepreneur, I run different businesses, and I started the Womanity Foundation 10 years ago. The logic of starting the foundation was I sold an internet company at the time, and I said, you know, I've been pretty fortunate in life, and if life has given me that much, I needed to do something with it. I mean, needing something to do with it was not taking care of me and my family and people around me, was to try to create, I felt, you know, try to create a better world. And so that, if you know what, that was the trigger.
Okay.
And
how did you come to discover Horyou, and how did you make the connection between Horyou and your foundation?
I knew Jonathan from somebody had introduced me to him.
Yeah.
And when he launched Horyou, you know, he contacted me and we discussed, and I love the idea, you know, that you know, trying to do good and using social networks to do something more than just, you know, gossiping or looking what other people do. It meant a lot to me.
Yeah, spreading a positive message
exactly.
out there. I believe the foundation before was called Smiling Children Foundation. Was there a shift in the goal of the foundation? Is that why the name changed, or did you keep the same?
At the beginning, I did not know what to do. You know, I told you, you know, I sold that company and I wanted to do something. So, and I'll always say, you know, when you don't know what to do, you think about children. If I write a book, Charity for Dummies, that's what, you know, there is an evolution. So that's, you know, I started working, you know, with the idea, let's work on children. We started a program in Morocco on little maids, so little girls between 6 and 11 who are employers' maid. And more and more, you know, we started working on girls and women. And I said, okay, with this name called Smiling Children, most of our programs are around girls and women. It would be better to have a name that's coherent with what we do. So that's why we decided to change the name. So in essence, the programs haven't changed, but it's just to have a name that's coherent with what we do.
Okay. And I know the foundation works in education, training and development for these young women and children. What are some of the projects that are going on at the moment? And well, just tell us a little bit about those projects.
In terms of, maybe I'll tell you a little more about the philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur and I believe in, first of all, taking risk, trying to push the boundary and looking at innovation. So we'll never be the biggest foundation, I'll never be the biggest philanthrop. So I really want to focus on first things that other people don't do and that push the boundaries, and also trying to collaborate more. As a philanthropist, I've been very frustrated about the environment. I'm saying there is not enough collaboration, too many people thinking about their own program, not saying, you know, we're part of an ecosystem. I'm not resolving all the problems, but when I'm working on education, there is often issues maybe about housing, about health, about food. So, you know, we need to work in an ecosystem. So that's, you know, one of the key things, you know, about the foundation. So going back to your point about programs, we have 4 programs right now. We have one in Afghanistan where we're transforming girls' school into model schools. So it's a program we're doing with the Afghan government. So we started it with the larger school with 6,000 girls, and now we're rolling it out across Afghanistan. And we're doing it in partnership with UBS Optimus, who gave us $1 million grant. We have a second program called Women Changemakers, and it's a partnership between us and people like Ashoka, where we help some of their social entrepreneurs to scale, and working in India and Brazil. So it's really taking something that works, a social entrepreneur, and helping him to go to the next phase.
Okay, so taking a model that you perfect and that works, and then duplicating that across the board in different places.
I worked a long time for venture capital fund, and I believe that the value of a venture capital fund is to find something and help it to grow. And this is the same, but with a social impact. So Ashoka or Schwab or Skoll have those ability to find social entrepreneurs. We're not going to redo the selection process, so we work with them, but what we go is we go for social entrepreneurs with a potential and who want to grow. I'll give you an example. There's a woman who works in Brazil who created 800 jobs in favelas. She wants to go to 3,000 jobs. So we're helping her to reach those goals. So that's the second program. The third program is how to use media to empower a woman in the Middle East. So we launched the first radio for women. We launched a radio programs in 10 countries about the role of women in society, but it's really what they call edutainment, education and entertainment. So we have some very famous artists who worked with us, like Nancy Ajram, who did the music, Monazaki. And every episode, we're talking about one issue. Could be divorce, could be sexual harassment. And we're working with a lot of NGOs on the ground to generate debate in societies. And now the next one we're going to do is a cartoon in the Middle East. It's a 3 women, and it's a very interesting concept. So it's really pushing the boundaries using media.
I really like the idea of using media, especially in places where women don't necessarily have the chance to express themselves as much as they would maybe like to. Why do you think it's worked so well with women and media?
I believe, first of all, we're trying to create a role model. And in many countries, you don't have many women in media. So the fact that we train and we have women either own media, for example, the radio station that we have, or programs around women, it creates a role model where other women want to do it. Also, it's generating debate. You're raising issues that maybe are not talked about. There are a lot of issues in that region that maybe women don't discuss. They don't know who to speak to. So, give you an example, in the radio, you can have a woman who's interviewed and she talks about violence against women. And she's going to maybe hear about what happened to other women, how other women cope with it.
Exactly.
And so it's really raising issues that, often they stay behind closed door.
Yeah. Definitely. So it's putting those issues out there so they can realize they're not alone also in the situation. There's others out there like them. I really like the fact that you're the founder and president of the Womanity Foundation. I think a lot of people might have thought, I'm sure it's a woman that founded this, because it's always women that want to empower other women. For you, what is the role of men in bringing up women and empowering women? What is the key role that men can play so that it's not just a women's fight, but it's a man and humanity fight?
For me, it's about human rights. It's not about a woman's right in a sense. I live in a society, I'm a business guy, I have a balance sheet. If half of the assets of my company are not given the same chances, my company won't go as well. So in a society, it's the same. If half of the people, in that case women, are not given the same chances as men, for sure the society won't be as productive, as effective. And I'm a firm believer in human rights. Why women should have the same rights than men? So that's the first point. And the second point is that it's no longer the debate of women trying to fight for their rights. Amongst women, now it's men trying to understand that it's important for them, that it's not a fight me against you or woman against men. We're a global society, and we want this society to be better. So if women have a bigger chance or more chances or even equal chances, you will create a better society. So my role, as the founder, is really to try to have other men understand that it's not against them, it's with them.
Yeah, exactly. I also know you work with the Gender Equality Project, or you're involved in that project in Switzerland. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was a project started by 2 women. It's a very interesting project for me. It's a bit like a monitoring system of how to have more women, involved in businesses, and how they can raise through the ranks. In many big companies, you can see that you may have half women and half men at the beginning, but the more you go up in terms of seniority, the less women you have. So the Gender Equality Project is a project trying to, help companies understand what are the triggers to have more women. It's often having other coaches, other mentor. So for me, it's very important, because going back to a point, if you look at boards who have more women tend to be more effective, or companies who have boards with more women. And it's not about having more women, it's a bit about having diversity.
Exactly, yeah.
And so having more women going up in among the ranks, for me, creates better companies.
Definitely. Where do you see the foundation in maybe 5 to 10 years? What is your vision for the foundation?
Look, being an entrepreneur, I'm very hard to project myself. I don't think, I do things, and maybe that's the role of an entrepreneur, is not to think and to do.
But go for it.
So it's to keep, my goal is to keep pushing the boundaries, doing things that are innovative, and collaborating with people. That's very important for me. So that's where I see, and it's really about pushing. If we can keep doing things that are not done, using a lot of media is very important. The award that we've launched on the most innovative solution to violence against women. Violence against women is really something that transcends developing countries. You look at You know, the UK, 1 out of 4 women will suffer violence
Yeah.
in her life. I mean, the UK, France has 60,000 rapes. We're talking about countries where now you have more women who graduate from university. How can we let this happen? And for me, it's crazy.
Definitely. And for you, if there was 3 key elements to help further women empowerment, what would be your 3 top key elements?
First is men to understand that it's not against them,
Yep.
that it's good for them. So the first, really convincing men that ending a lot of the patriarchy. So that's the first point. Second point is really to try to foster, like I said before, a bit innovation. So understanding that often you look in high tech, it's a male-dominated industry.
Yep.
And using technology, there are a lot of things that women could do, not needing to be in the office. So, it resolves a lot of issues when you talk about women being mothers and not wanting to leave their kids. So technology, I think, has a big role to play. And thirdly is that we're all in this together, and that it's important. It's about human rights and not women's rights.
Yeah, definitely. Final question. You've been on Horyou for a little bit, and we have 3 key words that we always use. It's dream, inspire, and act. What do those words mean to you? What does it mean to dream? What does it mean to inspire? And what does it mean to act for you?
For me, dreaming is the essence of life. You don't dream, you lose your most important asset. Dreaming is about trying to do something better. Acting is really trying to do. We live in a world where a lot of people talk, and few people actually do things. So acting, is very important. And the third one was?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. It's about, I mentioned to you before, it's creating a role model. I wish that by doing what I'm doing, other men will want to work in trying to empower women. I think it's important to be an inspiration. I try to do the same talking in schools, with younger kids, who are 15, 16, to make them understand. I did one at Le Rosé a few months ago, and the topic was philanthropy or Ibiza, can you do both? And it's about, in life, we have a responsibility. When we come from privileged environment, we need to do something for me. So you need to inspire younger people for them to do something.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for being here with us, and hope to see you soon on the Horyou platform.
With pleasure. And
Thank
congratulations for all you do.
Thank you.